Okay.
Welcome to episode.
In 3,
It's going to be episode
2,
13 if you're
1.
interested. Okay, so we've got Merrick, Minstrel, and Rambler currently in the Forest Chapel, formerly possessed by the aberration which was shooting laser beams at them and causing all sorts of havoc. Carry on, gentlemen.
Could that guy speak Abyssal, by the way?
Couldn't speak, but not the point.
Oh. Because I could have spoken to him if he could speak Abyssal.
Probably not going to help. It needed to die.
Fair enough.
But as
Okay.
now, Minstrel has decided to put on that cloak for whatever reason.
I'm
Rambler,
going to say, based on the way the curse would affect, after he picked up the dagger, it flew out of the box and put itself on him. Think Doctor Strange's cape.
Got a
Mr.
cape
Strange.
friend. Well then,
I
Mr.
have a clever cape,
Minstrel.
or a clever robe.
Yes.
Sick
Right.
new- Well, where do we want to head? We can either hang our heads in shame and head straight back to the adventurers, or we are south of Dwarfholm.
I would suggest maybe Dwarfholm. See the lovely dwarfs.
And we've
Rambler
got-
doesn't
Look
want to
for-
go to any cities. Rambler
Look
wants to go-
for a dungeon on the way, perhaps, or a cave.
Rambler wants to go
try.
and kill some zombies.
Kill
I
some
mean, we've got
zombies.
rusted gear. We probably could get seen to in Dwarfholm. So
Does anybody have any money?
I have
yes,
exactly 8 gold and 10 silver and 2 copper.
I have
Yeah, 'cause that's the thing.
1,999.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, for me, I can't actually afford any gear. So,
I mean, just get your rusted stuff fixed, maybe.
Minstrel, what about that flaming short sword? You don't need it anymore now.
Well, this was my fallen comrade, you see, Rambler.
Oh, we're doing it in character, are we? Is there some kind of a deal we could come to? Maybe I could just borrow it and give it back to you when we get to Godholm.
I will agree on that basis. It would be best that we had a few more armed people. I'm aware I only gave you a rusted rapier, which, considering we've just had this horrible fight, perhaps is not the wisest action. So I suppose I will lend this to you until such a time comes we can get a new weapon, or you prove your prowess. In which case, I might have a proposition for you, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem. Me and old Radika here are an invincible, unstoppable force. Speaking of which, I am on death's door, so I wouldn't mind a rest or a bit of healing or something.
I would like it to be on the record that while I was having this conversation, I was admiring your very large wolf.
Okay, he
Not
did
that
have
big.
a semi-erection. He's big to me. All right, can I write that down now? Can I
So
say it?
I've passed the flaming short sword.
Are you guys going to take a
Rambler.
sure? Are you guys going to take a short rest or a long rest? Because it'll just depend
Well, I
how
have
I'm going to
5
do this.
HP, so
I don't know if we want to do it. What time is it now?
It's only just about midday, so
don't
setting
wait
up for the
for-
evening is going to be.
how long
Otherwise-
is...
I'm
Well, I
gonna
There are other ways
approach
to heal,
Yeah.
aren't there?
There are other
Rambler,
ways.
and I'm going to touch him with a level 3 cure wounds.
Oh,
Think another healing
Okay.
potion of mine.
I was going to say, also, if we want to do a short rest, I could attempt to cook a gourmet meal and use 2 hit dice for the price of 1.
Let me just see what I need to roll. Da.
For some reason,
3d8.
Radika is at full health. I
Plus your
don't know if
spellcasting modifier. I don't think I actually hit the wolf with anything in the last fight.
I thought the wolf went down, but maybe I healed it up. I can't remember.
What
Anyway.
is my spellcast modifier? That's 3, isn't it?
Charisma +3.
I'm going to take a healing potion I've got.
Sure. You have the standard ones, don't you?
Yeah,
Oh
2d4.
no! So
plus
what have
2.
you been doing? Have you been, has old Lady Doris been wanking with Ballador's pillow, and now it's soggy?
No, from the shipwreck.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Okay.
You heal for 19. Rambler.
Oh. Well, considering I got fuck all HP, that's quite good. I'm now at
Okay.
24 out of a potential 39. Are we going to have a short rest then?
Are you going to head, as say,
Don't need to now, do we?
I mean, at 24 out of 39, I wouldn't mind a short rest.
32 out of 44, so we're not far off. I mean, we're still strong.
So, Merrick votes against Minstrel.
I'm of the reasoning that we should have a long rest as we've secured this building, and we don't know when our next opportunity to have a safe place to rest will be.
Well,
we
we
can
don't know
barricade the
yet.
doors.
I suppose we could barricade the doors, yeah.
okay, so you guys are going to take a long rest. At which, are you going to set a watch, or are you just going to...
Yes, and I would also... Huh?
So I'm not going to watch. I think
Okay.
I'll take the rest.
I can maybe take the first watch. I do need to have a long rest, though, for definite.
Well, I mean, if we need to rest for 8 hours, we can. If we all take watch, then we all get a long rest, don't we? Like a 6-hour rest. Does that count?
You could split it up and probably do it. Yeah, he used the wolf as well.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that, Merrick? Do you want to do that, Merrick?
I don't have a choice.
Okay. So, at which point...
Wait, hold on. I would like to cast Snare. Why are you giggling?
Snare.
So you want to cast Snare. Okay, bear with me 2 seconds.
Yeah, like
What does Snare do?
maybe if we go into if we stay in a room and then I can cast Snare at the doorway.
I think we're still in the last room at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, you're still in the back room of the tower at the back of the chapel.
It's basically just a snare trap, but it's like magical, so it's nearly invisible, and it can catch people.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So that's fine. So you're going to cast that by the door and you're going to barricade up in the back room?
I guess so.
Probably.
Yeah.
What was that?
The idea.
And before we rest down, I'm going to glance at Merrick, looking him lovingly in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, "Hello, stranger. Fancy a game of dice?
Go on then.
I bet you 8 gold pieces."
8. Whole 8.
A whole 8.
No gold.
All you have. Fine, yeah. Go for 8. Yeah. Why not?
Okay. So both make a dice roll.
These, I
Just
think.
flat roll. Quick one, Rambler. What's your spell save DC?
I do believe the spell save DC is 15. 15.
15.
Merrick.
Okay. Okay, so Merrick, you've lost dice to Minstrel.
As I was scrolling down to check.
I'm sorry for leaving you so poor, Cleric, but you had it coming.
Now I've only got 1,991. Oh no.
I'm feeling very rich for a noble.
So poor.
Does money have weight yet in our game?
No, I'm not doing that yet.
I'm a big boy anyway.
Yeah, you can carry a lot, to be fair. Okay, so we'll say the first watch passes without incident. Who was going to take first?
Me.
Okay, so Minstrel, you're now asleep. Who's taking second watch?
The dog.
The dog. Okay, so roll again. We'll say that one passes without incident as well. Who's taking third?
Go on then.
Okay, at which point you're going to hear, coming from the semi-barricaded door, a tap, tap, tap.
So is
Who's
the
that
snare,
rapping?
Who is
snare
it?
on the inside of the barricade then? I guess.
I assume you would have set it there, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a map, so I couldn't specify a place really. But I guess
You put it from the doors, so I assume you would have barricaded the outside. So again, tap, tap, tap at the door.
Who is it?
Hello, is anyone there? Just looking for a little place to hide.
Everyone, it sounds like old lady Doris.
I don't believe it. I think it's a trap.
I think
It
she's
could be a mimic if you woken me up.
just
Yeah, Merrick's the
shouting
only
in
one
the room.
awake.
I'm only shouting in the room. So, I don't know if I can let you in. I don't know if this snare's going to go off.
It wouldn't hurt her anyway. Just
I
catch
don't know if I can.
Don't let her come in. Don't tell her. Just let her come in.
I've already said it.
Uh,
I like
well,
old
I'm
lady
gonna
Doris.
skip ahead a little here and say you've lifted the barricade off to let her come in.
I would like it on the record,
Right,
but
roll a
Mitchell
dexterity
is
saving throw.
is not happy with this.
He has already done one.
We've just had a psychic monster attack us, and we've just let our comrade who was lost at sea into the room. I
I'm so
am
happy
calling
she's back.
shenanigans.
At which point it
Is
is.
anyone in this group I like?
Wait, hold on. Did the old woman pass the dexterity saving throw?
Yep.
Oh,
But no, I passed the investigation thing to see if I could see it.
So you know it's there.
but that's metagaming.
In you go.
Well, no. We had him roll as he went, just because he'd be able to do that as he came in.
Okay, all right. One day, Rambler says, snare will come in handy until I level up when I swap it out for something useful.
Fair
I feel really. I'm just going to walk on top of it because I see that Rambler's really sad about it.
I am so glad you say this. So, since you were wearing the leather armor essentially as a dress, it is now upside down and unfortunately revealing you to everyone else.
I'm going to try and stand with my back to her. Try and block her with my enormous size.
I've started vomiting on the floor uncontrollably, and I'm mopping it up with
Cover
my
her modesty.
my robe.
Can I cast? Are there any plants around or anything like that?
But you're in a forest, so yes.
Can I cast
outside.
Druidcraft to use a big leaf to cover her up?
I mean, they're outside. What's the range on Druidcraft?
Oh god, it's probably not worth looking up. I mean,
No, we'll skip it and just say you grow a single large grass blade out of the floor
but I will
from the
try
slightly ruined floor.
30 feet,
But you fair enough.
and it gets
yeah.
right up the lunge.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Through thick
Disgusting.
walls. You wouldn't be able to use it.
It's all right, Deirdre. I lubricated the grass,
It's not Coronation Street.
and then I want to also use Druidcraft to create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effects such as the faint odor of a skunk and a puff of wind.
Oh no, I've got a very sensitive sense of smell. So
oh.
I've got keen smell.
The general RPing here has really gone downhill in the last few minutes.
Anyway, shall we?
Trying to cover up old lady Doris and revealing everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You can drop the snare.
I'm gonna stand
Up
on.
my snare.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand on Radika's back and untie the snare.
It's a magical one. You just arcanely wave it off.
Okay, I'm gonna arcanely wave it off, but let her down lightly.
Okay.
Fun.
Oh dear me! Oh, that's a nice little trick. That'll come in handy one day.
Oh yeah,
Sort of
I'm sorry
pat him on
about
the shoulder.
I'm sorry about that, Doris. You see, we just got fought at by a beholder, and I'm a little bit spooked because I'm quite low on elf and all that. So
Oh, you do look a bit beat up. Also, do I have any idea what a beholder is?
I'd say you'd have some idea. Mainly stories of legend. There is a small dead creature you've walked past on the way up to that door. It was floating. It did have a single large eyeball and and various tentacles. It could well have been a beholder, as far as you know. But you thought they were bigger and scarier.
Was there anything on the body that looked like it'd be worth any value if it was cut off?
I mean, you can try taking the blood dripping tentacle if you can find it. So that's the only thing that would have been noteworthy, other than various other tentacles, I think, or an eye.
The eye currently has the blade of Rambler's rusted short sword sticking out of it.
Oh.
Right, well, lovely to have you back, Doris. Now we're all as a group, we should probably go and try and find some form of shelter in the form.
Where were you, Doris?
I was about to ask that very same question.
Oh,
Doris,
that is
who
good
went
question.
off the boat first, I believe, will have washed up further around the coast. So she's come from the east side of this forest, whereas you've come from the west. Where you
you see, Dory, I fell off the boat first, so I ended up on more the east side of the beach and came down from there.
So, Doris, you did not see the big dragon and his eggs we're not supposed to talk about.
Did I?
Hell, what you've done?
At which point, Minstrel, I need you to roll a d20 for me.
You've got that dragon's mark.
I'm not going to tell you what it is. 2, you feel a slight burning sensation where the dragon licked you.
Ow, my flank.
It doesn't actually hurt you, but you can you definitely know something's happened there.
Oh,
Guys, my flank hurts.
your
Talk about
flank.
something we shouldn't talk about. On pain of possible death.
I
If
thought
it's free.
I thought it was hyperbole. I thought they were being dramatic.
They burnt us. Basically. A big dragon tongue.
Oh.
Anyway,
Fair enough.
not supposed to know that, so pretend you didn't hear it.
Okay.
Yes, forget all about the dragon and its eggs.
But now we want to find somewhere to go.
So,
Now that you're back.
fair enough. So, we'll say someone takes out the map so you can begin looking. You are currently in the forest to the south of Dwarfholm in that grey circle, which marks ruins.
By the way, is the map also rusted?
The map is slightly soggy. But, no, why would the map rust? I'm sorry, hang on.
Big linen kind of map or something.
Yeah, it's an old school inked map onto cartography paper.
I don't know about you guys, but I really fancy going spelunking.
We can try and find
So
it.
do I, a young man. I am in need of wealth.
I
I may be a good man, but
I
need
shoot
lots of
Rambler
treasures.
a glance as he referred to me as a male.
Oh,
I'm actually a little bit disappointed.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to gender you, misgender you.
So, taking a look at the map, you established Dwarfholm would be about 3 days' travel away.
Right.
Through the woods.
No, you'd go through the woods first, and then you'd have to go over the hills.
The hillocks.
Hills often have caves. I suggest we make our way towards Dwarfholm, but perhaps keep a keen eye for anything that might look like spelunking worthy.
Very well, handsome young lady.
I want to find
I
a
shall
nice
lead the
ground.
way. I know my way around these parts. I know my way around all parts.
Okay.
I
So-
say, winking at Doris.
Dwarfholm is in Spire Mountain.
Yes.
Maybe there's a way to explore in there. I don't know.
What dwarf's famous for, dude?
Yeah, I know.
Wanking. Guns, cannons,
I'm not
Big
playing
noses.
Matt.
hating,
Big noses and beards, exactly.
loving
hoarding
gold,
great
hating
treasures.
magic.
They hoard treasure. They're greedy.
Right. Well, I'm
So
going
you guys are going to set off towards Dwarfholm, then, I assume.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 3
Yeah.
days travel. I'm going to speed through it because we'll see how it goes. Okay. So after you set off the next morning, about 6-7 hours into the bottom of the hills, you see a small group sitting around a campfire. They are heavily armed and armored, and as you are currently standing on the hills above them.
I would like to check if there are any monstrosities within 5 miles of us.
Monstrosities. I need to check one thing. 2 seconds. And turn the volume off on that before it gets annoying if you guys keep sending messages.
There was something else I wanted to do as well, but I can't remember.
Anyone able to get a better view on that camp?
I'm going to touch myself and cast invisibility.
There is a single monstrosity nearby. It is underground by about 30 to 100 feet, Rambler, underneath the camp.
No,
Yes.
I would like to relay this news to the party.
That is interesting. That piques my attention.
My
That
God,
makes me
finally my
immediately-
ability's been used.
That makes me immediately suspicious of that
Hmm.
party. So I, as I said, am casting invisibility, and I'm going to sneak forward and scout
Wait.
them out.
Don't you want to
Make a stealth check for me.
plan first? Make a plan, maybe?
Yes,
He's gone.
Wait, I haven't
Yeah,
walked
it's
away yet.
Maybe have a plan or something.
I hear Rambler calling, and I invisibly walk back towards him. And
Oh,
he doesn't know I'm back with him, and I'm gonna, after a few moments of Rambler being silent, thinking I've left, go, yes.
my goodness me, I thought you'd left. Well, what I was going to say is that we need to make a plan.
Well, he goes down there, scouts them out. If he gets any trouble, we charge down the hill and attack him.
Right. Well, I could suggest that I can cast Pass Without Trace, which
We
would
don't
make
know where
him
to go, do we?
near enough undetectable.
Would I need that as I'm invisible?
I don't know.
Up to you.
I say gesturing wildly in the air, which no one can see.
Allow me to quickly.
What was
Pass
D&D
without
back, Greg?
trace. Concentration. Ranger's self. You can only cast Pass Without Trace on yourself, Rambler. So he'd have to be within 30 feet of you for it to take effect.
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
to go with him. With a
I could try a bit of sneaking, but no. You go ahead. You
Doris, I need you to roll a perception check. And Minstrel, roll a stealth check.
You haven't got mage.
You realise if you hit me, I'm no longer invisible, right?
She's going for it.
We already said we're going to. So, oh,
21.
Stealth check.
Rambler would like to know.
20. So you can tell where he is, Doris, since you got 21. What was the second one? The attack roll?
No, I thought I had disadvantage.
Oh, fair.
so you didn't then.
Fair. I normally just give him advantage, to be fair.
Right.
Either way works. Okay, so you can't tell where he is.
Thank fuck for that.
Okay, Rambler, carry on, sorry.
No, I've forgotten what I was going to say.
Okay.
Right, am I free to approach the group now?
How far down the
done trying to
hill are?
attack me?
How far away are they?
They're about 100 feet away
Okay.
from where you are now. You're up a hill, so...
I think that's within Doris's range, isn't it?
120 feet.
Yep, so they're in range.
So
if you need to
any-
Eldritch Blast them.
Time is of the essence, gentlemen. I've got 10 minutes.
Go.
We could have. Minstrel
I walk off.
sneak-
Okay, Minstrel's just going for it.
Doris,
So,
can you
Minstrel,
communicate?
I will need a stealth check very
Only
quickly.
30 feet.
Oh, no, you just did one. We'll use the 20. So, you see the 5 individuals sat around their campfire. No, none of them are going to see it. So none of them notice your approach. As you get
I
closer,
should bloody hope not.
Well, they might be able to hear you, but
none of them notice your approach, then, I should say. My apologies. You notice they seem to be all dwarves in full plate armor carrying two-handed weapons.
Scary.
They seem to share a single crest all emblazoned onto their armor, which would be, if my notes are here, which they should be. Here we are. Du-du-du. Which appears to be a single square plate of metal surrounded by a oh, sorry.
Sorry. Got it.
Sorry, cough. Surrounded by an exploding star pattern.
Am I within earshot of these young
You
dwarves?
could try and hear if you listened carefully. And you have
I-
no idea of the age, they're in full plate.
I listen carefully.
Okay, make a perception check.
That's me singing, not at minstrel.
Fair enough.
Perception. What the
Yep.
fuck? P 1Z 20 plus.
You can hear a few odd words here and there. Mostly something along the lines of and then in Dwarven, bleeding monstrosities. You got like the one word which was shouted.
See.
Hold on.
You could try and get closer, but I will need another stealth check if you are going to try.
I will get a little closer, I think.
Okay, so make another stealth check for me. Yep, you're still feeling pretty stealthy. So how close do you want to get? To within 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet?
Within 15 feet.
15 feet, okay. So from 15 feet away, you can actively hear the entire conversation. The vague breakdown of which is some of the members are moaning to the one who appears to be in charge that they're never going to find these bloody monstrosities and all their stupid things they're doing in this hunt. They should be using their time more productively, getting ready for Deep Iron Day.
I see. I believe I'm going to play this quite cautiously, and
Okay,
I'm going to go back to the party to relay this information.
sure. So you return to the party and relay the information.
What do you
Hello,
roll,
Rambler.
Feisty?
Based on that information, though,
Oh, I haven't told you yet.
you have. Chris,
I'll say I said you relay the information to save recapping
Ah.
that because they can hear us.
Yeah. But,
Minstrel dejectedly hangs his head at a chance to RP.
Sorry.
I'm just going to lie anyway. By the sounds of it, they sound
Yeah,
like
I mean, I could have wanted to lie, Mr. DM.
Do you want to lie?
you shouldn't have said you're going to relay the information. Hold that to yourself.
I would like to lie, but only in relaying that information, I would like to specify they are very short elves.
I see. So you haven't told them they're dwarves. You've told them they're tiny elves.
Yes.
Okay.
Can
Are you
we
sure they're not
tell
dwarves?
he's lying?
I'd like to roll a
That's up to you. You
how
can
about-
work.
insight. I'm proficient.
All right, roll an insight check against minstrel roll deception.
Oh,
I'm going to roll insight then.
So we have a 20.
Well, that might not matter.
+7.
Oh, I get +6. That'd be good.
24. 12.
Oh,
24. Merrick, you suspect he's lying, but you can't be sure. Everyone else, you believe him.
That's actually quite fitting of Merrick.
Are you sure they're not
I
dwarves, considering we're so
Rambler
close to
chooses-
dwarf farm?
No, I'm fairly sure they are elves of the halls of Glom.
Well, based on that, I think we should just go talk to them.
Yeah,
How
I
about?
mean-
All right, I've got an idea. Why don't Minstrel, you stay invisible. Doris, you stay up here and keep Overwatch. I will mount Radika and cast Pass Without Trace and sneak into the bushes near the camp. And you go and chat to them, and if it goes wrong, we'll attack. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk straight to them.
All right, I cast Pass Without Trace on myself, and I mount Radika.
Okay, so
In a
minstrel, I
non-sexual-
assume you're walking alongside Rambler to keep the path without a trace bonus?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll need stealth checks from you, Rambler, and Radika. And Doris, you're waiting back to fire if necessary.
Well,
She
agreed.
About 120 foot away.
Okay, you're staying to your max range.
Mm-hmm.
From the
Stealth is
furthest one or from the nearest one?
17.
So you get,
Furthest.
so Minstrel, you get 22 because path without a trace adds 10. So
Three.
make a stealth check.
Yeah,
and then
I've got to look at both fucking things.
just add the 10 after it's easier.
So we both get +17. Is it basically?
Is the total. Fair enough. So 12, 29. Okay, so 23. Yep, you're all feeling pretty stealthy.
Well, I'm gonna walk
You're
in
just going to walk straight up to them.
and walk to them.
At which point, as you
Yeah,
do,
Wave.
Can I just quickly, can we ask for a map or something so we can say where we are and stuff? Or
we'll see how it goes first.
Okay.
Because you may not need it. I've got it up on a map here, but just for my reference, it may not be necessary. Depends how badly this goes. So, Merrick, as you come up to the camp, the fine gentlemen are going to spring up and draw pikes towards you, and the one at the back is going to take out a greatsword before they begin shouting at you in Dwarvish. Do you speak Dwarvish?
No.
Okay, so you have no idea what they're saying. Minstrel, you can hear them stating. Does anyone else speak Dwarvish?
Speak a missile.
No? Okay, so Dwarvish would be said. So, Minstrel, you can understand them saying, "Halt! Stay where you are and state your intentions."
I'm going to wave at them and say, "Hello, fair dwarves. What brings you out here?"
Kind of metagaming for a second. Would Merrick, or rather us in the party, I know I can hear him and understand him, but would we be able to discern what's going on from the body language? Like, obviously, we've just pulled out and they're shouting.
They're cautious of a stranger approaching them in the wild.
Yeah, so that is a safe assumption.
Yeah. So, Merrick, you're going to speak to them, I assume, in common?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Loxodon hasn't come up much yet.
I think just, yeah.
Fair enough. At which point, only the back dwarf is going to lower his weapon, the one with the greatsword, and say, in common now, "Oh, now I'll repeat myself. Maybe you can understand this. Well then, state your name and your purpose."
Oh, Merrick. I'm a cleric of Godholm. I'm just with my friends, and I don't know where they are now, but they're around here somewhere. We're on our way to Godholm.
Okay, at which point...
Are we? We're going the wrong way.
No.
No, you're not. You're kind of getting back to the path from where you are.
The forest.
The dwarf is going to say, "I see. Stand down, men. It looks like a traveller. And what do your friends look like so we don't run into the same problem with them? Do any of them speak Dwarvish?"
Not that I know of.
Well,
they definitely speak common.
If I spot any odd travellers, I'll make sure to try and use my common. So,
I would like to whisper to Minstrel, they appear to be friendly, but what about the monstrosity they've got hidden underground?
At which point, in response to Merrick, he's going to say, some damn unkegs have escaped from our pits. We've been keeping them down there for a while, but we just need to find them quickly. Burrowing bastards they are.
Oh.
They're always underground, and we can never find the damn thing.
I think we may be able to help you with that. We are from the Adventurers Guild.
I see. So not just a cleric, then.
That's my main purpose.
At which point, I'm going to need a perception check from everyone but Doris.
Although I do have a Adventurers
You're
Guild badge.
out of range to feel this. There's a reason.
I do have an Adventurers Guild badge on. They probably would have seen.
Doris, you can make a perception check from there. You can see that. Okay, 2 natural ones.
Oh, wait. I've got my trait, haven't I? So I can't roll a 1, or is that only on attack rolls?
You can choose to use it again, but it's up to you.
Lucky, when you roll a 1 on an attack roll ability check, yeah, I can do it again.
Yeah, you get 1 use per short rest. So it's up to you.
No, it's every time.
I thought it was you can't use this again till you take a long rest, but... Okay.
That's what I've got here.
So, with the natural 1, Minstrel, you're going to be surprised by this occurring. Let's pull up the camera so I can see what I'm doing.
I am feeling surprised.
Yeah, you'll see why in a minute. As the dwarves, let's see where am I here. From around their fireplace is now going to erupt out from the floor as a single large beast comes up through the fire. I shall turn these over to run the dwarves. So they were sitting nice, good formation, boys, as they would be, since they're military trained.
5 of them.
That's the dwarves.
We could take them on easy. Oh wait, I'm lawful good. Shit.
Merrick, you were speaking to them. We'll say you were there. Rambler, and you were mounting the wolf. You were there, and from 120 feet away, you'd be somewhere off screen. But
Okay.
I'll tuck you there so you can get the idea for now.
Sorry, what are those things?
The plain white ones are the dwarves. The one is the beast that's just popped out the ground. Oh yeah, I hadn't got to that. Yeah, the fireplace has erupted out from where the dwarves were facing it, and
God, not
a
more fire.
single large insectoid creature has popped up from underground.
Do I know what it is?
Chitinous plate is somewhat terrifying.
Do I know what it is?
It's a monstrosity, so
I don't
you get
know if
some-
that means... I don't think I do, actually. I think I'm just good at killing
Sense
them.
them. Yeah.
fair
I
enough.
don't know. You'd have thought maybe I would know about them, but I don't know. So I guess that's up to you being the DM.
I'm going to say you haven't run into one of these before.
Okay.
What are
So
these? What is
not
this?
ex-
Dwarves? What's this beast?
At which point I'm going to need a initiative roll from everyone, please. And Minstrel, please make yours with disadvantage.
Finally. Nat
I love
20.
how I've got advantage and I still managed to get an 8.
Nat 20, man.
Ooh.
+4. So that's the first roll.
What's this,
That's the
sorry?
second roll. Yeah.
Initiative roll. 17.
I'm
Okay,
happy with that.
so we have the monstrosity going first, followed by Merrick, followed by Minstrel, followed by Dwarf Leader, followed by Dwarf 1, Dwarf 2, then we have Doris, then Dwarf 3, then we have Rambler, and
Oh, I've got to roll for Radika.
yeah, I was going to say roll for Radika for me. I'll put that in wherever it goes. 19, so just after Merrick.
But I'm mounted on Radika, so how does that work?
While you're mounted on it, it doesn't get a turn.
Okay, alright, so I don't need to roll for him then.
Dwarf 4. If you're intending to stay the whole combat on it, it's going to be basically irrelevant. Okay, so with that, the monstrosity is going to bellow out and from the fire and shoot breath of acid. 2, 3. So it's going to move over to that dwarf and fire that towards Radika, Dwarf 4, and Rambler. So I will need a dexterity saving throw for me.
I happen to be...
Quite dexterous? Good. The dwarf is going to fail.
No. I like dwarves.
That's me, oh.
Cool.
And,
Yep, so you pass.
Nat 20.
That is... Oh no, I think he gets 7 as well, because he's proficient in all saving
And
throws.
he fails,
Ah,
along
So
with the
I
dwarf.
No.
So, Radika and the dwarf both take 14 damage. However, your kindly wolf has reared up to protect you from the spray of acid coming from the creature's mouth, meaning that you have only taken 7, as you use your wolf's soft underbelly for cover.
well done,
Took a
Radika.
step on it.
At which point we'll come to Merrick, your turn.
I want to go stand between the beast and that dwarf it fired at.
Sure.
It's there.
There, yeah, easy. It's only 20 feet.
I'm going to put my shield of faith on myself.
Sure.
Bonus action.
Mhm.
So it gives me another 2 AC.
So I'm guessing it's seen me now then, has it?
To be honest, it was aiming at the dwarf, but yeah, that's going to end your pass without a trace. Oh no, is that concentration?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a concentration check for me. Just roll a flat d20. Nope, your pass without a trace is still up in theory.
And
So
I'm
I'm
just
still
going to
hidden.
Sacred Flame it as well.
Sacred Flame. Okay, so it's a Wisdom saving throw from the creature.
I keep forgetting my
It's a 12. It's not going to pass.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
15.
So roll for damage.
Ooh.
15. Okay. So 15 damage off the creature. At which point we'll come to Minstrel's turn.
I would like to, bear in mind I'm still invisible, shout out, "You vicious, dirty bastard!" and viciously mock the creature while breaking invisibility.
Okay, so you're going to break invisibility and cast Vicious Mockery. So that's a Wisdom saving throw again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gets a natural 1, so you're hitting.
Woohoo!
So roll your damage.
Roll your measly damage.
1 sec. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. No, 1d4.
I thought
no,
it went up
2d4. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
3. Okay.
And I would like to use my bonus turn to say, "Hello there, dwarves!"
Which point you can see as we're going to come to one of their turns next after you've insulted the beast and it looks depressed. The dwarf leader is going to be from this position saying, "You idiots, catch the beast! Don't kill it!" As he's now going to come behind it and attempt to grapple it. Again, shouted out in common this time because he's not a complete idiot. After the first one didn't speak dwarfish.
Boy.
Doris, you won't have heard that for the record.
Lovely.
So he's going to attempt to make a grapple and fail. So that's the end of his turn because he uses his bonus to call out. Dwarf 1 is going to come down to here to also attempt to grapple the creature.
To make it easier to grapple if it's been hurt.
Not particularly.
Should
12 plus dwarf strength modifier, so the beast can actually roll against that. And the beast is still going to win. Dwarf 2 is going to come from over here. He can't stand in the fire or where the fire pit hole was, so he's going to have to end there. We now come to Doris.
Can I move so I can get the creature within like 100 foot?
The walls are in 100 foot, so it's within 100 feet from even where you are off map at the minute. But if you move your full distance, you could come to about here.
Okay. Oh, because I basically want a lightning bolt, but not hit Merrick. It's like a 5 foot line in 100 foot.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge.
do I roll for it? Like, do my AC matter against that?
No, it's dexterity saving.
Do it!
And because it's the dagger, I'm assuming I'm the only one who knows what the exact DC is for that.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the dagger doesn't use my DC?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm healthy, so don't worry too much.
Okay, I'm going to mark this out with pens. It's probably my best logic. So to get just Merrick, I'd say if you went to there, you could about just hit. You'd only hit Merrick and the beast.
I wanted to hit the beast and not Merrick. Like, I don't care if I hit any dwarves.
Oh,
Like, in fact, I'd probably quite like to hit dwarves if I can. I don't know their allies.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can. There's no way you're making that shot, I'm afraid.
I can take the hit.
I'm just going to fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts at the creature.
Sure. So, is that saving throw on its part, or is it attack rolls from me? That's what I thought. So 9 is not going to hit. 12 is not going to hit. So, because of the uneven nature of the hills and your old frail hips, you just sky 2 shots in a very decorative display.
Let's get the shit out of those dwarves.
Bonus action, Shillelagh, and then end turn.
Okay. So after Doris, that's Dwarf 3, who is the one behind Merrick, who is now, unfortunately, going to be moving to remove his armor and ending his turn as he panics from the acid. Next, we'll go on to Rambler.
Red circle, is that still on fire?
That's just a hole in the floor where the beast came through it.
a deep hole in the floor?
Pretty deep.
So you can't stand on that square, is what I'm asking.
I wouldn't want to. You could try.
Can me and Rambler stand in the same square without me being mounted on him?
No, if you're mounted on him, you can be on the same square, but once you came off, you need to move next to him.
Alright, I'm going to stay mounted, and I'm going to go 1 tile south of Merrick.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, wait, the wolf has 30 movement, doesn't he?
40.
40, sorry. So, yeah, you can do that.
Does he have? Yeah, he has 40.
Yeah.
And I would like to use my bonus action to cast Hex. Sorry, not Hex.
Hunter's Mark?
Hunter's Mark. And then I would like to bonk him. Has he acted, the monster?
He's taken a turn, yeah.
You did hear the dwarves say, "Don't kill him."
Yeah, you did hear that in common, but
You're choosing to ignore that.
Maybe.
Okay.
So 1d20 plus
7.
I
I assume your dexterity plus your proficiency.
All right. First attack with Booming Blade.
20 is going to hit.
Horrible feeling if we
Second
kill this
attack
thing, those dwarves are going
Without
to turn
Booming
on us.
Blade. Oh, that's a
Second
1.
hit is going to miss. Natural 1. Okay.
So I get to re-roll. So that's another hit.
22. Yep, I'm double checking that lucky thing because I still think that's once.
I think it was a racial thing.
It is a racial ability for halflings, but I'm pretty sure it's only once.
We'll
I don't know
go
if it
check it.
counts as my luck
I am
thing.
checking it now.
Things.
You
It's just
just start rolling your damage for the first attack for me.
But I got to do Radika as well because
It's once per long rest.
Oh, that sucks.
Is it?
That's
Yeah.
No, you've got 3
Yeah.
luck points.
Ah.
So you
No,
can
no,
use
no.
it 3
No, you're
times.
looking at
No.
the feet, not the racial.
Oh,
When you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the dice and must use the new roll. Fair.
That's all it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing
Right.
that.
Just continually use it.
And the wolf has advantage because of pack tactics, so he got 15.
15.
Makes sense.
Okay.
They keep using
So roll the damage for all of those.
So first of all, the first attack is the damage.
31.
The second
Kill it.
attack.
I reckon those dwarves are going to attack us if we do.
Is he resistant to fire, by the way?
He is not.
Okay, second attack. And
Christ.
the
dwarves aren't going to be happy.
How much damage are you doing there?
do you want me to explain it?
I know the
1d6.
1d6 and the 2d6 is fire. The 2d8
Yeah.
is booming blade. What's the extra 1d6?
1d6 is the hunter's mark, and the 4 is.
Sorry, no, that was the only one I needed clarification on.
So that's a total of 23, 24, 54 points of damage.
It's dead, yeah.
And I shout, "Die, foul beast! No monstrosity shall ever live while I can see it."
At which point,
What the hell?
yeah, that was. You can make a decision about whether that was a good idea or not. Because I'm now going to do something else and turn these over.
You bastard! What have you done?
Wait, they're going to attack?
They're
I'd
not-
just like it to be
they
noted
are becoming hostile now.
during that attack, I'm actually in awe of Rambler. I'm actually, as a male elf, I'm getting a bit moist.
Aroused.
Swap
Can
that for
I-
that one. I know it was there.
I'm hiding a chubby underneath my robe.
Oh. Okay, so
Can
with,
I attempt a persuasion to?
you've used all your moves, unfortunately, haven't you? That's everything you
are
can
we
do.
still
This
in
turn.
combat now, then?
Yeah, you're still in combat. It hasn't ended.
You dumbass.
Surely the combat would end, and then
Wait for it.
Okay.
No, because they're still in combat readiness. So I'm going to need an athletics check from you, Rambler, and an animal handling check.
oh god, the monster's gonna explode, isn't it?
No.
Athletics is +1. And animal handling. Ugh. There has to be an easier way to do this.
Yeah, it's called having actual dice and remembering your scores, but
It's called Roll20.net.
Yeah. Right, animal
25.
handling.
Okay, so unfortunately, you lost the first one. So yeah, you are going to be, as Dwarf 4 is now going to move next to you. He's going to pull you off the wolf and grapple you attempting to place your hands in handcuffs.
Okay.
We'll come to that, and
Anything
you'll have the turn before you get to the next one. Merrick, we'll come back to you next. You can try to diffuse the situation. Hello?
Yeah, I'm going to step back about 15 feet.
At this point, you don't know whether or not they're hostile. They may take attacks of opportunity. You don't know.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I can take them, I think.
So you're going back 15 feet to about there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they are both going to make attacks of opportunity. So we have a 21 and an 18.
21 hits, but 18 doesn't.
Okay, so that's the great sword from
28 AC with my shield up.
You get very lucky.
Hmm.
You take 8 damage from the dwarf with the great sword as he swings at you, clearly furious that you've just killed the thing they were trying to catch.
Oh, Merrick, why did you do
One
that?
of your friends did. You still actions?
Who swung at me? Which one actually?
The dwarf leader with the great sword. That one, and that one also swung as you went past, but with a pike.
Which one hit?
The dwarf leader with the great sword, number 2.
All right. Guiding bolt.
Going aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could try and convince them. Why couldn't I talk?
You'd used your turns, unfortunately, for the round.
You attacked me and hit me, dude.
Oh yeah, we need to put Radika back in after Merrick as well. Okay, so make your ranged spell attack. Does not hit.
Oh, that's close, I bet.
To worry you.
Oh,
this is a very... Yeah. Radika, it's your turn.
What's the turn order? Who goes after Radika?
After Radika will be Minstrel.
And then Doris, then you.
Okay, Minstrel.
No, then 2 dwarves, then Doris.
Okay, Minstrel.
Group, yeah.
Radika is going to hope that Minstrel is going to try and talk them down, being the clever bard she is. Are you?
I'll comment on my turn.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what. All right. Can I? So ready is a thing, right? So I can ready Radika for when Minstrel has his turn.
So you can hold Radika till after Minstrel's turn, sure.
I'll do that then.
Sure. Okay, so holding the whole turn there. So Minstrel, your round.
Right. Let me think about this. I am very conflicted. I'm not for killing random friendlies.
They're not friendly.
They got to be pretty evil, to be fair, if they're defending a monstrosity.
They're trying to take it back to Dwarfhome, weren't they?
Yep. That's what you remember from the conversation.
You mentioned the pits. They fight pits or something. Anyway.
Trouble is, there's no point me trying to defuse this situation if people are going to continue combat. So my action is going to be disengage, and I'm going to jump way out of the way of this.
You're miles out of the way anyway. You don't need to disengage.
I'm jumping further out of the way.
15, 20, 25, 30. So you can get back to the very edge of the combat map.
Thank you. And my bonus action, I'm going to say, "What the fuck is going on?" incredibly loudly.
Okay, so I'll assume you're shouting that. Next we shall come to the dwarf. Oh no, it's Radika's turn if you want to do anything.
So they got Rambler in handcuffs, have they?
Currently, yes.
Radika would like to
protect his master.
Not show fear and growl at the person who's got Rambler in handcuffs, but Rambler
Make an intimidation check.
Rambler is telling him to. He's saying Rambler's like heal, even though he can't speak apparently until it's his turn.
Unfortunately, speaking to someone is your bonus action. Unfortunately, it's just how it works.
Intimidation, you said.
Intimidation check for Radika.
Wow, he's got a charisma of 6. I'm actually quite surprised about that. Come on, natural 20.
Negative 3.
That's like the third one I've rolled today. How many rolls have I done?
The wolf growls, and the dwarf growls back at him. it's about as effective as when a puppy threatens you.
That is a bad
Oh,
roll.
he is a little puppy.
No.
He's a wolf.
Shut up, Boris.
Point. I'm going to
Nice.
need an athletics check from Merrick.
I think my athletics is pretty shit. Oh no, well, +1.
Don't you have charm person, Chris?
Yeah, but Merrick's still killing him.
That's not going to make it. So, at which point the dwarf leader is going to bum rush you, tackle you, and attempt to put you in handcuffs as well. We should once again revisit that on your turn. Dwarf 1. This one over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. No, just 25 because they're dwarfs. Dwarf 2. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. At which point Dwarf 2 is going to shout, "Submit to justice!" Before ending his turn. Doris, you would now be in ear range of that.
So far, all I've heard is what the F is going on and submit to justice, and
You saw
everyone's
the
having a
beast
big
die.
kerfuffle, and there's been a big monstrosity there.
We
Yep.
saw us kill a monstrosity, and then the dwarves are grappling us all.
I'm going to move 25 feet forwards, or like to my right. Yeah, that way.
Yep.
And then I'm going to fire a lightning bolt at those two that are in a row.
Oh shit!
So you're going to go for those two. Yeah, so you can make that from there.
Mhm.
So roll the DC check.
Actually, one sec.
Doris.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. We have a success from the dwarf leader with the greatsword and a failure from the dwarf number 1. So I need you to roll damage. It's cut in half for the leader.
Did just out of curiosity, did you just roll a dice to decide
Oh,
because
shit.
you're neutral to decide the action?
Yeah. And because she's a bit confused and doesn't know totally what's going on.
Fair
What
enough.
that?
Used old
What is
woman.
up with all of our rolls?
Yeah, there's
Look
a lot of low ones on there. 23 is not too bad. There's no stun effect for lightning bolt, is there? It's just,
I don't think so.
just flat damage.
Doesn't it
But
do
I will
extra
double
damage
check.
to armored people?
No, unfortunately. It does if they're standing in water, I believe. You get advantage on or they get disadvantage on the roll.
Uh-huh. It's just that.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fine. Yeah, so just that's okay. Neither of them are going down from that. Dwarf 3, who is actually number 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, is going to move towards you, Doris. And then we'll come to Rambler. Rambler, I need you to make a sleight of hand check to prevent having the handcuffs put on.
I'm not actually. Oh, nice.
No, they're currently trying to put them on you.
So you're saying
If
there's
you
a
can
chance
break, that you still have a chance to get out of this grapple.
I'm going to get a
Don't know how
natural,
much it's going to do.
natural 20.
Nat 1.
If it is another nat 1, then I might never play D&D again.
The
Although I
dice-
can.
15, okay. Against. Nope. You don't manage to break out of his grip, and he's still attempting to put handcuffs on you as we come to his turn. At which point he is going to
Wait.
close.
Was that my turn?
Yep, you're being grappled. You can't do anything else.
So I can't.
You could make a
talk.
bonus action to try and say something if you wanted.
Yes, I would like to say something. We helped you defeat that monstrosity. Why are you attacking us? And can I do like a persuasion check or something?
I'm going to note it against, but for the moment they're just focused on pinning you down.
All right, and find.
They don't seem to be killing you. At
So
least
I
take that
don't
as
get an
beneficial.
action. Is that what
You
you're
don't get
saying?
an action, no, because your action's trying to break the grapple.
So my
At
bonus
which
action
point-
was talking.
With his turn, he's going to complete putting the handcuffs on you as you're now considered tied up. Okay. Next we come, so that's his turn finished. So you're there. So next we come to Merrick. I will also need a sleight of hand check from to try and break the grapple from the handcuffs.
Shit, it's like hands that probably get me.
Hit him with your trunk. Your trunk's still free.
15. Nope, that's
He's
not going to
a
make
limb.
it either, I'm afraid. So you are also now considered tied. You still have a bonus action. Provided you don't need your hands to do it.
No, it's okay. Fine.
Okay. Radika.
Oh, the dog.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to grapple the dog.
They haven't got to it yet. They've been focused on the people.
So which one's? So I'm there. And
You're
the dwarf
here.
behind me
Radika's
is
there. The dwarf that's just put you in handcuffs is there.
All right. I'd like Radika to go to the other side of me and try and pull me away.
So, there, I'm going to say it doesn't attack of opportunity the dog for ease.
Try and pull me away whilst going, arr, 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 which is
So
dog.
I'm going to try and make an athletics check for it.
Athletics.
Athletics.
Radika is a very slender wolf, but not very athletic, unfortunately.
Oh dear. Well, we'll see how it does. Minstrel, you can start considering your turn while you wait.
Yeah, you wait for me to do one of my great. There we go. Oh, that's pretty good.
17. With that, he does manage to pull you back 10 feet. 5, 10.
Is he still handcuffed, or is it broken?
Still handcuffed.
Yeah.
They're metal handcuffs like shackles. They're not going to be easily got out of.
I could use my brute halfling strength to rip them asunder.
You can certainly try on your next turn. Minstrel, your turn.
How far away am I from a leader?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet.
Can I get within 30 feet?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, you'd be 20 feet away there.
Would I get an attack of opportunity going there?
No, you've moved into his range, not out of it.
Okay, I would like to... 1 second. You guys are going to hate me. I'm going to cast Suggestion against the leader.
Sure.
Explaining I was helping subdue the beast by mocking him, and I have nothing to do with its death.
Oh.
That makes sense from Minstrel. I think.
I'm going to go, okay. So Suggestion's just a flat thing, isn't it? It just occurs. It's not a roll for it.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw, my apologies. Okay. And your DC is?
14.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you what's happened there. So it's the dwarf leader's turn next. He's simply going to shout, "Tie them up, we'll deal with them back at Dwarfholm."
Well, shit.
Don't think
And
that
he's
works.
going to make his move, stepping on Merrick as he passes over the top of him now, as he's completed the thing, before making... I will need an athletics check from you, Minstrel, to see if you are grappled.
Athletics. 1 sec.
Should be okay.
No, not athletics.
Acrobatics, the good one.
Athletics, so it's -1 +3, so it's +2.
18. Okay, let's see what the dwarf gets. Nope, does not manage to grab you. You manage to step out the way of the... Unless you're willingly going to be handcuffed.
No, not willingly.
Okay. Next is Dwarf 2. Dwarf 2 is number 3. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is going to attempt to muzzle Radika. So Radika, I will need a athletics check from him. Or her. I don't know if it's a male or female wolf. I haven't asked.
Yeah.
I think it's a him.
It's him. Okay.
That was +2, wasn't it? Oh,
18. Nope, so it doesn't manage to get a muzzle onto Radika.
good boy.
So, next dwarf, number 4, is also going to... I need another athletics check from you, Minstrel.
Motherfucker.
He's next to you, you just moved up to him. 16, against... no, you're not going to make it that time. You're now considered grappled. Okay, next is Doris.
I'd like to go, you know that diagonal square next to Rambler, which is within like 10 feet of all those three?
Yep.
I'd like to go there and pop out my wings
Okay, so they need to make I want to say, is it con or wisdom?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, okay.
Against 16.
Against 16. 2 passes and a failure. So we'll say the nearest one in between Merrick and Rambler fails and the other 2 succeed.
And then for bonus action, can I just sort of in a very stern looking voice be like, do not try and subdue us. Let's just pause a second and talk this through and try and intimidate him.
Make an intimidation check.
Go on, Doris. You intimidate me.
Little old lady.
Do I get anything for just popping out scary winks?
I'm going to say against the one who's feared, you'd have advantage. So roll twice. Okay. So the one who is currently under the effect of fear, I'm going to say definitely is willing to talk this through, but the others are unimpressed.
Okay.
So after Doris, we come to Dwarf 3. It's this one over here. I need an athletics check from you now, Doris.
Is this like an attack?
It's a grappling attack, yeah, so you can do something. It's not
I'm going to
really...
go into a block of ice.
Okay. Rambler, I need a sleight of hand check to try and... If you... Actually, do you have thieves' tools or anything on you you could pick the lock with?
Druidcraft?
Sure, try with that. You're going to try and cause something to grow from the grass to pick the lock for you.
Something like that. So what do I roll?
Just a root breakthrough.
Sleight of hand check, because you're still trying to...
So that's 1d20 plus 4. It's just my dex modifier. Whoops. Oh, God. I'm never going to get good at this, by the way. So
You'll get it eventually.
maybe when we get roll 20 .net.
It's expensive. 12. 12 is not going to break the handcuffs open, I'm afraid. So Dwarf 4.
I want to say, listen to the beautiful lady. She knows what she's talking about. We're not your enemies. I'm the enemy of monstrosities.
Make a persuasion roll.
I'm proficient in that.
Remember the word roll. It's not that hard.
Copy and
It's
paste.
because I'm pasting it. So
Then just copy the right one.
19.
19. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so with that we come back to Dwarf 4, who is going to hold his turn for a second. Merrick, you've got a chance here to break out your handcuffs. If you can come up with a way, how would you like to try?
I'm going to use Channel Divinity on that dwarf standing next to me.
Sure.
Try and get him to tell him to release me.
Could Merrick undo his handcuffs with his trunk?
Yeah, you just hit him with his
It's
trunk.
not able to do
Big.
fine dexterous
Yeah.
things, unfortunately.
It
But-
can act as a limb, but
Yeah.
it's not
Unfortunately,
a
it's
hand.
simple tasks.
Mm,
Okay, so that's a wisdom saving throw against what?
I think it's 15. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see how that one plays out on that dwarf's next turn,
I don't.
because he's not going to be moving till then. Radika?
Well, I wanted to try and mount Radika on Rambler's turn, but Rambler doesn't.
Yeah, no,
Can't
you
do
kind of lose it to being handcuffed.
I suppose there's no way I can sling him onto my back. It's a bit cheesy, isn't it?
You could try and pick him up. I mean, what gear are you still wearing?
Gear and nothing really. I've got that short sword.
And what are you wearing for armor still?
Nothing.
You took all your armor off.
Yeah, remember I had a.
Oh yeah, you had the
Scale
same score pretty much, didn't you?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So how much would you weigh now, roughly? Halflings plus a
I
short
weigh
sword
40 pounds.
How would the dog pick him up?
in his teeth.
His mouth.
But he's got a muzzle on, hasn't he?
No, they were trying to. They didn't.
Yeah, he got away.
Okay, we'll see if the dog can reverse mount you. Make an athletics check for Radika.
That sounds a bit.
Mm.
I've just got this image of his dog carrying the
Dominating you.
halfling off in its mouth, running away.
He's
carrying-
I
giving
think
me
that's
on-
what he's planning, to be honest. Unfortunately, he's not going to manage to pick you up in his jaws. Just
He
tears your shit out of it.
tries to grab me by my collar, but ends up just slobbering all over me and tearing my collar. And I said, "Wow, nice try, Radika." And
Okay.
I,
Minstrel. I'll need a sleight of hand check to see if you can get out of your handcuffs.
I'm not handcuffed yet, am I? I'm grappled.
This is the point. When you're being grappled, they're trying to put them on you. So it's to see
Aha.
if you can avoid having the handcuffs put on.
what's that?
20, 20.
15 against the dwarf leader, which makes this unfortunate. So no, unfortunately, he is going to get handcuffs on you. So
I'm not happy with this.
you still have a bonus action.
I think it's over, isn't it? Aren't we all cuffed?
No, Doris is still currently in a block of ice, I think.
Yeah.
Bonus. There's nothing I can do on a bonus action. I think everything I've got is touch based. I think so. I'm handcuffed.
Okay.
So carry on.
So the dwarf leader is now going to turn to Doris and say, "Stand down. We'll deal with this back at the garrison."
Has it been my turn yet?
It's not been your turn yet. No, this is the dwarf leader's turn.
You're all
Okay.
shouting at a block of ice.
Oh, you can't hear anything in there.
No, it's proper like made from Overwatch.
Oh, fair. So you
right.
can literally do nothing from inside it.
Yeah, like I can do nothing. And
Okay.
then
Walk
at the
up
end, only for a turn.
and so
Yeah.
it's dwarf 2 and dwarf 3 is going to come pretty close. They're going to hold any action till after you're out the block of ice.
Okay,
So now it's your turn.
okay. Well, end of my turn, it falls. Now it's not my turn.
No, it's not your turn. Okay. I'm gonna suggest you maybe give up.
I'm not giving up.
Okay.
I'm still
Uh,
waiting.
yeah,
I mean, Doris,
Release me
you
on
guys
that.
still have a chance, but if they get so at this point you're going to have. I need 3 athletic saving throws from you.
Athletics saving.
Oh, she's an old lady, you evil dwarves.
I'm still waiting
Okay.
to see if one of them's going to release me or not.
Nope. So you are now also handcuffed because there's enough of them on you. And unfortunately, Merrick, it did not seem to take effect. I just held that off till.
No, I should have told me.
Can I inquire? How are we handcuffed?
Behind your back, proper shackles.
So
Pulling his own
metagaming for a second, a little bit.
Okay.
They're shackled behind my back. Presumably, I can still touch myself.
You could, in theory.
I see.
At which point, we're going to end the combat there with Doris handcuffed. As they now begin loading you up into a small wagon.
How are they going to do that if I don't want to? I'm
There
8 foot
are
tall.
5 of them, to be fair. Between them, they'll be able to lift you, and they're a trained military group, you're guessing.
An elephant.
You're not an actual elephant. You don't weigh 3 tons.
Rambler's going to run off. Rambler's run off.
You're going to try and stand up and run off.
Stand up.
You're pinned down from being handcuffed
Rambler-
on your back.
And on
Oh,
that
sorry, not
note,
Release the
Rambler.
rest.
on that note,
I meant Radika.
Radika, okay.
I've touched myself and I've rolled out the way by
Okay.
casting invisibility.
So you're currently invisible on the field. So while the others have been loaded into the cart and are now being taken away a few minutes later, you're still laying in the grass and Radika has run off.
Oh well, I'm like stood like maybe I don't know, like 50 feet away.
I'm
Are
actually,
they not? Are the dwarves not going to notice I've got a missing part?
I'm gonna roll for that in a second, to be honest. I didn't predict this one. I did predict you guys killing the monster. Nope, none of them are gonna notice.
He didn't predict Minstrel touching himself.
yeah.
I mean, really, I should have, shouldn't I? I didn't expect that one. So with that, we'll say Minstrel,
No.
you have been left in a field.
Wait,
Yes.
have they already buggered off?
They're
Or are they
leaving.
trying
They
to do anything else?
there.
Well, they're thinking about it. my spirit guardians, it's just with my holy symbol.
So
Is
you'd
that
have to
on
grab
me?
it for that, I think.
Is that like hanging on me?
It's hanging around your neck. You could try.
I mean,
I'm just going to pull up and see what you need for it. Hang on.
I think it was.
If it's
Where is it? There it is. I have the page open somewhere.
spiritual guardians, here we are. No, you need your hands.
It just says a holy symbol here.
Verbal, somatic, and materials components. So you need to be able to speak, use your hands to grasp the symbol, I assume.
I'll use it in the prison, wherever they put us.
To confirm, they have packed up and left the minute I turned invisible.
Not the minute. Within 10 minutes, they've got everyone.
I had something I wanted to do as soon as I went invisible.
What do you want to do?
I want to
Run away.
Identify the leader.
Yep, that's the guy with the great sword. You know that.
Yep. And I would like to cast Charm Person at level 3 against the leader and the 2 nearest dwarves to him.
Okay, I'm going to rearrange this for the cart. Hang on.
But while this is happening, Rambler shouts to Radika, follow me and help you know who.
Can we still try and break free? That's the case.
You can still try and break free. Radika's going to be, we'll say, over with him then. All three of you are there and they've finished loading you up to the back of the cart.
And is there a guard accompanying me or pushing me into the cart?
There is one who has lifted you on and thrown you in the back. You're not really being accompanied.
I want to be telepathically, while they're pushing me in, shouting obscenities at the one guard that's touching me.
Okay. Well, they've pushed you back into the cart, so you're going to try and cast 2, 3, and 6, because those were the ones I picked, which are loading people up still.
I have to say, as per the rules, Simon has to RP what he's telepathically saying.
We'll leave that one be, since we don't need him shouting obscenities when he's in the house with a small child. So, with that, we'll say everyone who's in the cart and Minstrel can make a sleight of hand check to see if they can get out of their handcuffs.
Don't think I'm going to, but I want to try.
Critical success. Did you get my message, by the way, Chris?
Oh,
no, I haven't seen. 1 sec.
I got nat 20. Yeah,
nat 20. So Merrick does manage to get his loose.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody saw that. Okay.
Naturally, from he was loose. Rambling, you are still handcuffed. And Dora, just you.
What am I trying to do?
Sleight of hand check to get out your handcuffs. We've had 2 nat 20s on this.
Hands are free now.
To say that lucky trait has come in very handy for me.
18, you also managed to break free of yours. So you were casting a spell onto the leader who is here. We'll say
and his 2 allies.
2 allies next to him. Okay. So what saving throw is that?
Wisdom, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
We have 1 failure and 2 passes if it's your usual saving throw of 14.
Let me just double check that. Yeah.
Stealth better.
So we'll say number 3 failed and the other 2 passed.
Okay, which one was number 3?
This one.
Yeah. I would like to drop invisibility.
Okay, so they can all now see you and are looking round.
And calmly approach number 3. And I would like to explain the situation to him.
Okay, so you're going to come over to here and try and talk him down.
Correct.
Okay. Well, at the moment, they still believe the others are handcuffed in the back of the cart, so I'm going to say they're willing to speak to you because the wolf is, I assume, staying away for the moment.
Yeah.
So, look, you killed the beast. We just want our financial compensation. We're taking you to the garrison, and you can pay the fine there.
What does number 3 think of this?
That is number 3 you're talking to, I assumed.
Oh, he's not very friendly. I expected a hello, mate, at least.
That is the dwarves being friendly.
I would like to explain that only one of us slayed the beast, and
He's got-
this, and all actions thereafter were simply the party defending themselves. I would like to suggest at level 3
Okay.
that they release the party into my care, and we make our own way to Dwarf Home, where we can settle the financials of this unfortunate incident.
What's the roll for suggestion?
Let me just look it up again. I'm fairly sure it's a wisdom saving.
If this works, Chris gets 1,000,000 XP.
Talking his way out of it is going to be beneficial.
If he doesn't, my spirit guardians are coming.
So it's your regular wisdom saving throw then, yeah?
Yeah.
It gets an 18. However, he is going to be reasonable, since you have cast friends on him, and say, fine, we'll release all of them but the halfling. You can buy him out of the garrison later.
I think, being a merchant and judging how dangerous this situation is, I think that would be agreeable.
Very well. I'll go uncuff the others. As he now turns round and
I'm just
begins
going to stand up on the cart.
just make it look like you just snapped the handcuffs off.
They can see they're broken. Yeah, no, I don't know if that would count as an intimidation or something, but
We'll let you RP it, but it won't worry us doing an actual intimidation check because you're not trying to persuade them to do anything.
no, I'm just trying to show off my brute strength.
Okay, so as Doris and Merrick are now allowed off the cart, Rambler, you're still on there, and you're going to be being taken back to the garrison at Dwarfholm.
Did they do anything with noticing that they went to look at us and our cuffs were just not on our person anymore?
They're going to make a brief assumption that someone else uncuffed you each, and then they let you off the cart. Although Merrick made a big show of make it look like he snapped his off.
Oh. Also, I kind of want to cast a spell that's verbal and semantic, but
You've now got your hands free again.
How hard is that to do without anyone noticing?
If you make a sleight of hand check, you could turn round if they don't need to be in line of sight. Make it easier.
Is that I can see.
Yeah, no, if you're facing them and saying witchcraft words and moving your hands, they're going to panic. But up to you. You can still try with sleight of hand.
No, I'm gonna turn around to. Where's the leader?
The leader is here. You're just in front of him.
I'm gonna. Okay, now, excuse me there, dearie, but this folk, this halfling folk, I think you'll actually find that he's I can't remember enough about the world, DM, but I basically want to say that he's like an ambassador of the local big city-state.
Most of the regional places are devolved into the parliaments, but each area has its own parliament, so they are all under one law theoretically.
So
you're not going to get diplomatic immunity is not going to be a thing unless you're in the parliamentary keep.
Which I'm guessing all of the dwarves in Dwarfholm, all of their parliament is dwarves.
No, the parliament is in Iredell, where the dwarves send a representative who is currently imagine voting in MPs. I built it off England's system.
And then I want to say that Ozzy is a representative from another town and suggest that we all go together and they do not try and take him cuffed. Basically, I want to lie through my teeth that he's not a good idea to take like this.
I'm going to say make a deception roll, but this is going to be tough.
Come on, give me another nat 20. Give him guidance. Don't you have guidance or something?
I can, yeah.
Bardic
If I
inspiration.
can touch him, then
You're in range to touch him.
I'll give him. I just need to check exactly what guidance gives. I think it's might be
20.
D6
I'm gonna say
case.
21. He's gonna look at you and say it might be a bad idea, but he's still subject to the law. And also, there are no halflings in Parliament.
Would give him a D4 if I did that. So the most he'd get was 25.
At which point, Doris, I'm going to need you to make a quick history check as well before I explain this.
Oh, maybe I should have done that first.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were on such a roll, I didn't want to interrupt you, but 14. You remember that the founding members of Parliament and the only ones currently represented are the dwarves, the humans, and the elves.
Tell him I'm an elf. Tell him I'm a
There are currently no halflings in Parliament.
He's a tiny elf.
Racist.
He's an elf child.
Institutional racism.
I want to
Child, leave him
telepathically
alone.
tell the dwarf leader that he's a pig and start walking off.
Okay. I'm going to let that one slide, because if these guys seriously fight you, you guys are in trouble.
Yeah, so you let all the others go and not me.
So,
Racist.
yes, you're going to get a free ride to Dwarfhelm.
All right, Radika's going to stick with Minstrel while his master's not around.
Sure.
But I assume I still get to control him, do I? If he's...
We'll let you take his turns. Just remember you're acting as a beast. You're not acting
Arrgh!
as the cart now pulls
I'm
away.
always RPing as a beast.
As the cart now pulls away.
The cart's split into two.
No, the two guys are like sitting at the front and the rest are being loaded on the back.
Usually, that was an ideal opportunity to walk them off the map. Just chugga off screen.
Train.
Jesus Christ. Oh dear. 5, 6, 1.
You could have two other dwarves rotate like little wheels.
I'm not putting this together like matchstick models and then freaking building it. No. Anyway, moving on. So your party is now currently down Rambler, as you've all been as you've been told they're being taken to the garrison, not to Dwarfhelm. So you need to find said garrison on the way. Oh wait, the wolf can track you, can't it?
Can it? Yes, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
it can.
And so can Merrick with his amazing sense of smell.
Try and smell him out.
What are you saying about Rambler?
So I will need a survival check and a perception check. So survival from Radika to track, and perception for Merrick to follow it by smell.
Try and scent it out. So that's an advantage.
If I
Hey, Doris.
Oh,
another
Yeah.
natural 20.
23.
I don't do
it
it
anyway. but-
They're taking the Hobbit to Isengard.
Oh dear.
What do you
Hobbit
roll
is
five
a
C?
derogatory term, by the way. I find that very offensive.
You can't hear him, thankfully.
Mm.
Only the wolf knows.
Oh, I find that offensive. Rambler probably wouldn't care, but I. Oh,
It's fine.
you don't need me to roll.
Yeah, no, you're basically fine with that. So, with that, we're gonna say, Merrick, you managed to follow the scent of dwarf and a slightly unbathed Rambler all the way back to the edge of the nearby garrison. It's about an hour or two's trek away. It's not overly far.
Follow me, guys.
So, approaching the gates, you once again see the same dwarves with the same armor stood around, all once again, full helmet down, pikes at the ready. As you come up towards the gate, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They're going to go, "Hail, friends. Hold there."
And
Before...
Fucking
I
cheap
hold.
with friends, isn't it?
I'll say, you don't know if these are the same ones. They're all wearing full plate armor. You can't really tell much.
I smell them.
You can smell. Do you want to try and smell to see if they're the same ones?
Just to do it.
Yeah, go for it. Make the perception roll. I'm not going to... 17. I'm going to say that's high enough just to save you the time.
Yeah. Right.
They do smell different than the other ones. They smell less like dirt, blood, and smoke.
Look at the different. Nice to know.
Yeah.
Minstrel sniffs the air, but can't tell anything from smell.
Fair enough. One of them is going to come forward while the other one runs inside and say, "What's your business here?"
Come to collect our companion.
Oh, the half
hobbit. Yeah.
I see. Very well. Go inside. We'll settle up the debt.
I don't want to go in.
Oh, no.
I walk in.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Minstrel and
Minstrel.
Doris are going in. Merrick's waiting outside after the
Ridiculous follow Minstrel.
Sure. So once they've taken in, you're shown into the office, at which point a dwarf, now not wearing his helmet, is going to come through from the back room with Rambler in tow, as it were. He's being walked behind him. And he said, you got here faster than I expected. Very well, we've settled up the debt for killing one of our beasts. It'll be 300 gold.
Just going to get a drink while you're doing that.
You should be thanking me.
Why? For killing something we needed?
For saving your lives.
Saving our lives? The beast could barely pierce our armor. We're going to watch out for the acid breath.
To stall while the only person with gold is having a drink, I'd like to maybe ask, what do you need these beasts for, may I ask?
It's the Deep Iron Day celebration in a few more days.
I'm not having a drink. Listening to people, you break.
Not you.
I'm back.
Mary.
How about we promised
I
to
lost track
catch
of
you?
what's happening there.
Wait, hold on. What were you saying, Craig?
I didn't hear what Doris said. It echoed really badly.
He just said he wasn't having a drink. What was the purpose of the beasts?
Oh, sorry. We collect them for the Dark Iron Day Festival. To demonstrate the quality of the wares built by our fine craftsmen, we put an exhibition match out for them. One of these beasts, or a few smaller ones. And, very simply, that's all it would take. Just something to show off the quality of the wares, to show how they cut directly through hard chitinous armor of the beast found deep underground.
Aha. I happen to be a merchant of sorts myself.
I see. You recognize
You hear in your head.
You recognize this dwarf's voice now as the leader from before as well. The sort of gruff, gravelly tone is sitting harshly in your ears.
Is there any way you could...
Doris shot.
Okay, with a lightning bolt.
Yes, you did. He's still eyeing you up slightly.
I wanna go, is there any chance we could do you guys a favour or an errand or something instead of paying this stupid fee of yours?
Well, if you could find us another beast of hard armor and thick skin, but you'd need to do it before... sorry, pulling out the right thing. Before the 4th of Hextus.
I'm pointing at Merrick.
I want to also telepathically talk to the leader.
Outside, did it go in?
Oh.
And just go, I mean, you could have just asked her to do that without all this handcuff malarkey, you moron.
Well, people who, tend to kill things the second they appear when they've been told not to, are not always friendly, despite what their tall friends might have said.
So, does he just, say that out loud?
Yes, he says that directly to you with with a blunt look on his face. I did write this character really badly for the record.
But also, nobody else heard Doris speaking, so he just came out with that.
Oh, sorry. Was that telepathically still?
The bit about the being an idiot for not saying that at the beginning was telepathically, but the asking if we could catch anything or do anything was just in person.
So he has just said halfway through a conversation with random strangers, just explained himself because he didn't realise you weren't speaking. Excellent.
I really hope his colleagues nearby are looking at him a bit befuddled.
Thankfully, you're in his office. It's kind of just you, him, and Rambler.
I'd like to ask who he's talking to.
At which point he looks over to Doris because we have always been assuming the voices are similar, and says it sounded like the lady there had spoken to me.
Oh, Doris!
I want
Doris.
to cast minor illusion to give him the finger.
Okay, I'm going to make a quick roll. Hang on.
You're
That's
going to get
me,
arrested
man.
as well, are you?
He's going to stare.
Anyway,
He's going to stare at it before muttering in Dwarvish, which I think only Minstrel understands.
Yep.
So you hear him say "stupid bitch."
and I'm going to
I laugh out loud.
No one else knows what he said.
I'm going to call him a twat in Abyssal.
Fair enough. He does not speak Abyssal.
Thank God. Just as I said that, I was like, oh God, what if he speaks? Right.
I'd like
okay.
to keep repeating up in Dwarven.
Okay, Master Master Dwarf.
Og.
I think we've come to an agreement.
Quickly as well. Can I just say in Abyssal to Rambler? Yeah, I agree.
And then I would like to say Iki de Waka Tukata, which means, oh, you speak Abyssal as well, do you?
I remember that from somewhere. What the? Oh,
Right, it's like Jabba the Hutt, basically.
yeah, I was going to say it sounded familiar.
Ugana Wata Kuta.
At which point he's now just going to stare at the lot of you, just randomly speaking in other languages.
So
Like,
anyway,
what is the matter with you?
I did say I asked the leader dwarf if we come to an agreement.
Well, you have 2 days if you think you could catch something. I'd be willing to keep Rambler here as, or your friend here as collateral until then.
No, Master Dwarf. They need me. I am good at tracking these beasts.
Yeah, I was about to say the very same thing. Our dear friend Rambler has a natural talent for sniffing out monstrosities.
And killing them.
Well, you'd be unlikely to find another one of the beasts we had. They're only found deep in the mines under Dwarfholm.
That reminds me, I forgot to add +3 extra damage for him being an enemy.
Oh God, Jesus.
Can we go back?
No.
Yeah, rewind.
Rewind, he now explodes into a shower of blood. After all the bonus damage. Yeah. So no, he looks at you and says, no, you're unlikely to catch another one. By the time you'd have to catch one on the way to Dwarfholm. We'd gladly transport one of your crew in the meantime to Dwarfholm, and you could make the exchange there.
What's he saying exactly?
Basically, unless you're paying, he's keeping one of you as collateral.
All right, I say to Minstrel, perhaps you could just put the money up and then we could get it back when we give him an armoured beast, which I'm sure we'll find because I'm good at that.
I look at Rambler and I say with a very deadpan voice, I don't have any money.
Okay, I then look at Doris.
I pull out the sapphire ring I've got and go, would this suffice as a little, plain money?
The dwarf's eyes light up at seeing any shiny rock, to be honest. But he looks it over and says, how about this? We'll keep this as collateral instead against your friend, and you can bring us a beast and get it back later.
Wait, take what instead?
The ring.
I just look at him kind of annoyed and go, Don't try and switch it round in the situation. I just offered you this. Don't make it sound like it's your idea. But yes,
sorry, I thought you were using it to try and pay the fine, sorry.
No, I was just using it as collateral.
I look around and I also say, well, we could just pay the fine and not catch a beast.
Well, the whole
I'm
reason...
clearly met with crickets.
Yeah, but the people who suggested that were Minstrel and Rambler who don't have any money, so it's up to the people with money.
Merrick's outside.
Yeah,
Doris.
I've got some money. If they're happy with the ring, sure, that'll do.
They're happy with the ring, but they still want you to catch something for them.
Ring and catch something or money.
To pay the fine.
Catch something. I like catching things.
Yeah.
I've got a snare trap.
You have dairy. It works really well.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
I look around everyone, and I say I'm very concerned about only having 3 days to catch a beast. This ability is not ready yet.
I would like to.
Can we have an extension? Is there any chance? Oh no, it's for a festival. In 3 days.
Iron Day.
Oh, Christ.
Deep Iron Day, unfortunately, yeah. Which also means you can now establish the day is currently the 1st of Hextus.
1st of Hextus. Minstrel, does Doris know that he wants to be a blacksmith? Would you have told her anything?
I think I did tell Doris when we introduced. I think.
I don't even remember Minstrel telling Merrick that he wanted to be a blacksmith.
Mention it in the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, he
We
definitely
did during his introduction, so you could remember potentially.
No, I don't know.
I'd like to sort of mention it and be like, no, you know, there's the whole point of this festival was to show off how good their armour is. If you're going to learn a craft, then being one of the ones that supplies a monster for this festival might get you in some places.
I missed the last part of what you were saying because it was very grumbly.
Just speak normally. I'll assume you're whispering. Just
Be quiet though.
Just find monster makes you look good. You can become blacksmith one day, my son.
Get bonus points for catching the monster. Makes you look good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to go catch a monster, but I am also very cautious because we've got 3 days, and I have no spell slots, which is a bit metagamey of me to say, but I suppose we have no other choice.
How do you have no spell slots? Have you used all of them?
I used them all in that fight. Yeah.
Christ.
How? Wasn't that many turns, was it?
Actually, to be fair, I've got 3 left at level 1.
That's enough.
It's like the same as I've got, more or less, without when I've got full.
I think I used 2 first level, and that was it.
Right. So have we made a decision then?
Yep, I suppose we have.
3 days, we can still probably find a chance to.
You've also got to get it to Dwarf Farm, don't forget, alive.
Or you can just sod the ring and leave it and run away.
Yeah, we could also do that. Although I am lawful good, so I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose Merrick. If you're
I'm not there,
good,
so
I mean,
I'm not. I'm good, but not lawful.
Yeah, so the one who would protest the most about that would be Rambler.
Considering it's only 300 gold just to pay them. If I had the money, I'd just pay it.
I suppose we have to try our best to find a monster then.
So are you boys saying that you don't think that we can do this?
Who
are you asking?
All of it.
No, I think we do. Rambler's certain we can do this. Rambler's good at tracking monsters. Although we can't actually see any within 5 miles.
You've got to actually catch it, though. That's where get it back and not kill it.
Yeah,
as a player, I think we might be able to. As a character, well...
As DM, I want to ask one very quick question. Before you try and do this, does anyone have any rope?
Yes, I've got rope wrapped around.
Thank God. Okay, so you actually do have a chance of managing this, because otherwise how the hell are you going to keep the beast tamed? You can't move that.
Got a Monster Hunter's pack, but I don't know what's in it.
And also, I can. What can I do? I can communicate with beasts through sounds and gestures.
Yeah, they want.
That's beasts in it, not monstrosities.
Well, it doesn't have to be monstrosity. It just has to have armor. So if we find like a turtle, for example. Although
you want to try and find a monstrous turtle.
Those cruel dwarves as well, just killing a turtle.
Yeah, it's not going to be very impressive for their big festival, is it? Killing a measly turtle.
Can I ask the guards what kind of monstrosity would be acceptable?
Oh, anything with external armor plates, like the beast you fought. As long as it had something we could, I'll say, showing off deep iron is about showing the cutting prowess. It's about cleaving through thick armor. It's not to do with the power of the beast. It just has to be something that would put up a little show and fight for the children.
I see. I actually asked for any examples. I'm but a lowly blacksmith, bard.
Are there any of the dwarves in here that are still in plate mail?
The one you're only chatting to the guard captain. He's still wearing his plate, but not the one covered, but not the helmet anymore.
I'd like to walk up and put a hand on his shoulder and go, or walk up near and like point him and go, "There we go. We found a stupid animal with heavy armor that you can use."
Just telepathically again? Are you saying this out loud? Is that wise?
Saying this out loud.
You're saying this out loud. He's going to look at you just for a minute before